Network Entertainment.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Kaya Pa Ba? And my episode today, I don't know, legendary doesn't quite do it. Iconic doesn't quite do it. I think I need a more epic word to describe my guest for today. I guess cosmic force might be the best term to use for my guest today. Please welcome to the Kaya Pa Ba Studios, the controversial chameleon, but for me, it's just like a beacon of light, a creative North Star for me, the one and only Mr. John Santos.
Hello, Baus. Hello, everyone.
Yes.
Salamat sa Cosmic Force.
Yeah.
Comic Force would have been also fine and lovely.
Uh-huh.
And I guess there is a reference to controversial chameleon from the Drag Race intros
Yes.
of Pao
Correct.
all these years. Lately, siguro gumigray kasi lately there's been a lot of theater which we will talk about later.
Uh-huh.
But thank you. Above all else, thank you.
Thank you for being here. I guess the best place to start is how are you today? And I ask that because you are in the middle of two productions, stage productions right now. So how is everything?
Mag-umpisa ako sa right now.
Sa right now.
A bit coffeeed up
Uh-huh.
and truly mangha sa color. I have never developed a really great confidence sa paghalo ng kulay. I am very, very impressed. Kasi ako, sa buhay kong feathers and heels and feather boas and mirrors and smoke and you kind of escape to black when in doubt. So, humahanga ako sa mga taong magaling mag-pull ng eye with the right colors that pull each other. It's a gift that I really, really like. I did try my best to go tank with shirt. Kasi dadating ako kay Baus eh.
Grabe naman.
Tank and shirt. So that is number one. That is right now. Kasi napaka mindful ko yata na maging makatotohanan. Si Baus, feeling ko, isang taong hindi dapat inaaksaya ang oras sa BS and big words. So, tsaka maganda naman manatiling malapot itong ating balitaktakan, hindi ba?
Yes.
But of late, bukod sa coffeeed up, because of strange working hours, crazy but good crazy, juggling two projects, and family. May halong sideline po tayo na hot nurse to a recovering husband from surgery and ailing mama in the province whenever I can. So, nurse, happy nurse and willing nurse. And but healing does come in many forms anyway. So, in other words, no comment.
But let's talk about these fabulous productions. Let's start with Every Brilliant Thing, which is ang title ay Bawat Bonggang Bagay.
Inadapt sa Pilipino.
Inadapt. So I have seen Every Brilliant Thing with Teresa Herrera, I think before the...
Pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID. So tama, before the pandemic. You are restaging it this year. Thank God you are because I missed it last year. But what is different this time from, a year has passed? Like, what are you excited to kind of refresh and remix for this upcoming...
Nakakagulat na tumalon siya from, of course, Teresa and a non-gay, non-Tagalog version. Very, very close, 100% sa original English version from the UK ni Duncan Macmillan to Tumagalog, Tumaglish with the performer male pero may voice na LGBTQIA+. But rerun 1, rerun 2, rerun 3, hindi mo ma-template at hindi mo magawang pareho nung una. Because, the actor is aging also. Tumatanda yung actor at nag-evolve yung actor. Nag-iiba rin yung venue. Dumoble sa size. So, intimate in a big place. Parang ang gandang challenge for my director, Jenny Hamora. So, in other words, everything feels so new. Walang Juliet. Wala kang nararamdaman na parang kinwerdas ang routine, same repetition of something set text-wise. The same way, hindi mo naman binabago yung Shakespeare na ang taludtod na ito at ang taludtod na ito ay pareho. And that's that. Because I think unang natutunan namin dun sa Duncan Macmillan instructions nung ipinasa kay Teresa hanggang sa ipinasa kay La Toff at ganito ganyan is the piece should be almost co-written by the actor. The piece should resonate with the culture ng mga manonood at specifically yung edad ng actor. And maso spoiler if I say that that will affect kasi the things in the list. Merong listahan ng isang, for our viewers, in one sentence, may isang bata na nag-umpisang maglista ng mga bagay na worth living for nung ang kanyang mother attempt to take her life. So bigay na bigay isang 7 taong gulang na bata ng dahilan para piliin mong mabuhay. So merong ice cream doon sa American version. Dito nagkaroon ng halo-halo.
Okay.
Et al.
Isipin ko, milk tea ba yun?
Ayan pa,
yan,
kung yung actor ay nasa henerasyon ninyo at yung timeline ng piece na yon ay in-adjust
I love that.
sa dekada at sa kultura ng aktor, hindi yata pwedeng walang milk tea. May Francis Magalona, may Sherry Hill, may Between Walang Ningning, may Rubik's Cube, may ganito ganyan.
That's so, I mean, it's great because I think you become one with the piece even more and it becomes more personal. And because it is a one-man show, I guess the more the actor feels that language ngayon, truth ngayon, of course, the better the performance is going to be.
Nakakatuwa na one-man show siya 99%. Merong pockets of time, merong moments in the performance na pinalalapot yung storytelling by the performer pulling. Pulling is not fair kasi you can say no. Encouraging an audience member to be part of a episode in the life of that boy. And nagagawa mong safe space kasi ang tibay nung legs ng production, from the translation of Gelan Luarca to the direction of Jenny Hamora to the wisdom of a stage management team na 8 taon na tong inaalagaan mula nung Teresa Herrera version.
love that.
Sarap, lapot. And I feel nothing but gratitude on top of all of that anxiety and stress.
More than anything, I really want to talk to you about comedy because I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm an improviser. I also do sketch comedy. So I'm gonna get nerdy when it comes to the comedy of it all. But I guess what I want to know first is you've been in the game for 38 years. And like, wow, like goals levels. But how has your comedic voice changed, you think, from the first time you did your very first one-woman, one-man show to bawat bonggang bagay now na there is still parts of your comedy that are in the character?
Ang una kong i-highlight na difference is fiction. I am in fictional character mode right now. Wala ako masyadong projects that have me revisiting the front page and see who is in the news, who is saying what and how. Titingnan mo ba si Lady Gaga ba ngayon? Si Sarah ba? Si VP Sarah? Si Taylor Swift? Si Vela?
Si What Happened, Vela?
So wala ako sa ganong mode ngayon. Kasi ganon noon.
Yeah.
Ang dinatnan kong eksena, kaliliberate natin after EDSA 1. So the voices of stand-up comics were suddenly freed. The Apos, the Mitch Valdeses, the Tessie Tomases, and the Willie Nepomucenos were inhabiting all of these political characters. So less political impersonation. But I don't know if I will say that it has been less political.
Oh.
Kasi mga bonggang bagay which doesn't have me in a dress, which doesn't have me in drag or imitating a real person, still has this commitment to start conversations. Ito naman mental health. I'm a mental health advocate. So it has issues on family relations when somebody is in a very dark place. So political din yata yun. Marami nagsasabi, COVID left us with many mental health questions na sinasagot ng henerasyon na ito. That voice, that I guess that is a shift in the voice. That there was a shift in the stories I wanted to tell. Thank you. Natumbo ko yung tamang sagot.
A shift in the stories you want to tell. And I think ultimately that's great, right? As an artist, you want to follow like where is my curiosity taking me next?
That's right. And nakakatulong din yata pag alam mo na yung mga dati mong kwentong kinukwento, may mga bago nang nagkukwento ngayon.
Ay, wow.
At isang tingin mo lang naman sa isang na 3, isang season lang ng Drag Race Philippines, makikita mo naman na impersonation is in good hands. And tsaka good heart. You see them doing their shows, doing it their way.
So yes, Sir John Santos, of course, is a judge sa Drag Race Philippines. In case meron akong listener dito na hindi familiar sa Drag Race Philippines, bakit ka nandito, diba? But yes, so it's great you mentioned that, you know, the future of comedy impersonation is in great hands, because I think comedy right now is thriving. People are saying it's in a renaissance period because there is improv, stand-up, sketch comedy with the many content creators on TikTok. Kumbaga, ang daming formats na nandyan and people can easily access them. So I guess as a comedian, how does it make you feel knowing that palaki yung rebellion ng comedy?
Tumaas yung need to be original. Ingat ka kasi ang taas-taas ng bar. Pinuri lang ni Kiko Pangilinan yata yung dagat. Wow!
Yep.
Ang dagat. And so many Pinoys would beat you to the punch kung mabagal-bagal ka. That was a kind of, eto ang data, joke na to ngayon. Eto ang data, joke na to ngayon. Sinabi. It's the kind of bilis and hecticness na hindi ko masyadong pinopursue lately. Pero may ganong obligasyon, hindi ba? Ang taas-taas ng bar. Yung headline kahapon, maraming jumoke niyan ngayon sa TikTok. Mauunahan ka kung hindi ka maabilidad. That is the effect. It's crazy, but good crazy. It helps you stay sharp. Mahirap i-outpun ang Pinoy.
Oh yes.
Nung panahon namin, ang isang unang source niyan, lahat ng karatula ng sari-sari store. At establishmento, di ba? Baywash, kasi laundromat siya, Christopher Plumbing, di ba? Sorry talaga, this will really age me.
Don't say sorry.
May mga panahon na may salon, si Tony Galvez, if your hair isn't becoming to you, you should be coming to us. Yun yung invite. So, at saka, sorry, hindi ako makatigil. Actually, inaaral ko, sabi nila, why be a waterfall? Barraging them all with your share when you can be a well. Hindi ka naman naubos, pero sakto lang, lumapit sila, andyan ang balon. Isa na lang, si Joey De Leon, yan ang kanyang proseso nung araw. Mula Manila hanggang Baguio magdadrive at bawat karatula ipa-punchline niya. Ganon yung kanyang pagka-punster. Wow. Joey De Leon, nanariyan pa hanggang ngayon.
But yes, I do think you mentioned agility. I think is very important for comedians these days. Kasi magugulat ka na lang, you might have missed an opportunity.
Ilan ang nag-spoof kay Vela?
I was one of them.
On the same day that it hit.
Ako anong ginawa ko siya, I was like 1 week late already, but yet people still gravitated towards it. But may mga cultural talaga, tent poles na as a comedian kailangan mo siyang gawin or else.
Pero may mga mababagal na humahabol pa na hindi pa nakakagawa ng version nila na sumakses ka. Diba? Yung sumakses. It's fascinating. It's a wonderful time to be a comedian. And it is another piece of evidence na we need to laugh kasi iiyak lang tayo. Iiyak lang tayo.
I think we do need to laugh more than ever.
Pag nalaman mo na once a week mo na lang yata pwedeng gamitin ang tsatsakyan mo sa EDSA. Except linggo.
Updated.
Parang ganun, kailangan tatawanan ko to kasi kung hindi, I will just cry. And sorry, Mitch Valdez said yung kanyang advocacy is to create laughter so to prevent us from killing each other or ourselves. Di ba? Best medicine. Sorry, waterfall na naman. Sorry. Balik tayo sa balon. Anong kailangan niyo malaman? Next question, please.
So you mentioned, the bar of being original, it keeps getting higher and higher dahil sa dami ng artists and comedians around. But, if we want to talk about originality, like your impersonation or just the whole act of impersonation as satire, as commentary on national issues, on political issues. I mean, that's how I first experience your star in the mid 90s as a young Becky boy. And then after doing some research for this episode, yes, nag-research po ako, hindi po to improv lang ng improv.
Ay, hindi ka ba naiinis dun sa ibang mga communicators na "Ay, hindi namin inabutan yan"? That is the worst. Kasi hindi rin po natin inabutan si Jose Rizal at si Shakespeare. I am sorry, you have to know. Pero in the mid-90s, I wonder what of my work you were allowed to watch. Kasi meron ng Abangan ng Susunod na Kabanata, meron ng
one?
Martin After Dark. So that's late night talk
Late
with
night
impersonation. Abangan ng Susunod na Kabanata, political satire in a sitcom form. Pinapayagan kang
Yes,
wag
because
mo
my
nang matulog.
yeah, because my dad was a fan of late night shows, so he would watch Letterman and then the local counterparts noon. So I kind of like grew up now with like late night culture as a comedy
Tsaka
construct.
nakakatuwa na nagkaroon ng Martin Rivera, nagkaroon ng at Edo Manzano na nagkaroon ganong gift.
And then so I think yung Miriam mo, of course, it's just I don't know I guess kung hindi ka naabutan nito nung 90s, I don't know why or how. But what I want to know about your impersonation is you've mentioned in a number of interviews na si Tessie Tomas and si Willie Nepomuceno are just mentors that taught you how to do that. But more than that, they made you realize that it was a calling of yours. That's why you devoted your life, your career to the art of impersonation. So what was it about their teaching style or like the atmosphere of their classrooms that, made that shift na, you know what? This is gonna be my calling.
Tama ba gamitin pa yung phrase na they practiced what they preached?
Oh, yes.
Kitang-kita kasi sa success nung kanilang brand. Mapapanatag ang loob mo na yung kanilang method na inilatag sa iyo effective at nagwo-work. Kasi kitang-kita mo yung success ng brand nila. Tessie's life changed after the discovery that I can be Imelda. Nagbago talaga yung iconhood, nag-umpisa na talagang mag-bleed into her life. Nag-entertainer of the year, naging international teleserye on Imelda's Life, A Dangerous Life. Nakikita mo na, ano yung lesson na in-impart niya? Choice of character. Point of reference. At saka you show sa character for whom ang lakas ng feelings ng audience, good or bad. Galing na rin yata sa advertising work ethic niya.
Yes.
Who are you performing for? Sinong nanonood? So, effective to, gagayahin ko to. So, they led by example. Si Willie Nep naman, hanggat hindi siya nakaka-disappear sa likuran ng kanyang ginagaya. So, external siya, internal si Tessie. Si Willie kahit mas malaki pa sa talent fee, yung gagastusing jacket, kasi ganun ang jacket ni FPJ. At yung frame nung shades ni Bong Revilla ata nung ginaya niya. At yung uri nung Cuban cigar na hawak ni FBR. At yung prosthetic requirement bago niya masabing, kaya natin ito dahil tayo'y magsasama-sama. Hindi mawala-wala yung mangha. In fact, si Tessie, siya naman ang unang Miriam. For me, sa tenga ko, di ba? According to Article 3, Section 4, to the last footnote. But they also reminded me, magkakaroon tayo ng time na pareho tayo ng ginaya. But as long as what you're saying is true, and as long as the person saying it is you, it's always going to be new. Sa Drag Race Season 1, nakakita ko na isa pang Gluring, isa pang Charo, isa pang GMA. And that was fine.
And more than fine, I think that was like, wow, this is, the next generation, and which made you say that it is in great hands.
You will always be subjected to the same front page. And you will always have the same raw data, si Vela. Pero yung Vela, pag pinagtripan ni Eugene Domingo, pag pinagtripan ni Vice, pag pinagtripan ni Baus, not only by being them, but by talking about them. Ang mahalaga yata is sa'yo ko nga nakuha listening. Active listening ba? Sabi niya?
Yes.
Active listening.
Active listening.
Basta bukas ka sa clutter ng mundo for which gagawa ka rin ng space. Kaya nakahingi po ako sa kanya ng mga pampakalma at relaxation to provide headspace so you can take on the clutter that you're about to face for this working day. Bubuksan mo na ang dyaryo. Ano na nangyayari sa Netherlands? Work from Hague ba ang ating...
Work from Hague!
Work from Hague. Eh, nanalo eh. Diba? So,
You mentioned kanina na, si Tessie ang gigil niya, like, internal. Si Willie, like, the exaggeration, the external of it all. Can you pinpoint your iconic characters, whether it's si Vilma or si Miriam? Ano yung pinili mong paggigilan before it blossomed into, like, what eventually became the performance on stage?
si Vilma kasi part nung instructions, di ba? Choice of character. Kilala ng lahat. Choice of character. Character na pwedeng may sabihin kahit kanino. Meron siyang pwedeng sabihin kay Manang na naglalaba, nakikinig ng radyo sa isang drama or sa showbiz news show na tinatampok ang latest sa love life ni Ate V. Papakinggan siya na she will have something to share to alta sosyedad na ang mata ay nasa politika. Kasi public servant siya. She has a story to tell to a mother. She is a mother. She is a daughter. She is a sister. She is a wife. She is a remarried woman. She is an ex-wife. The Filipina, loves telling stories. So, kasi it's the Filipino, di ba, kung hindi yan politiko, di ba, lasing. Mas nagkukwento si Pinay.
When you took these shows live, because yes, you did like TV guestings and TV appearances, but when you were constructing these shows live, who were you specifically making it for? Because, they had to be able to afford ticket prices and were from a certain lifestyle. But if you were to describe the ideal ticket buyer ng shows mo nun, anong klaseng nilalang ito?
25 to 45 male, female, working, and aware of current events. At saka may feelings about how these people they voted for are serving or screwing the country. Tapos, retiree. Kasi emptiness na. Kasi ang tickets kasi natin pambili ng grocery yan eh.
Totoo
diba?
naman.
So, empty nesters, retirees na laman din naman ng dyaryo. Alam naman natin na marami sa mga fast foods pag umaga, ang laman mga retiree na nagbabalitaktakan, nakabukas sa mga dyaryo, nakalabas ang kanilang mga kape and breakfast meals. So, newspaper reading, comedy-loving Pinoys. Hindi bagets. Yung bagets, of course, I reached them another way. Tayo na, sa sineskwela. Ang pinag-uusapan naman namin, photosynthesis. Pero nag-impersonate ako ng halaman. Kulay green ako at may dahon. That was a fun time to be in TV pre-social media. Kasi pag weekends, nakakasama ko ang mga variety show side of the marketplace sa mga linggo, tanghali variety shows. Singing,
9:30
dancing,
ang sineskwela
musical.
nun eh. 9:30
Weekdays sa umaga,
Yeah.
sineskwela. Off-prime, andun yung mga satire shows nila Joey Reyes at Johnny Manahan. Na masaya. Iba na syempre ngayon ang pag nagsabing, I'm everywhere. Ngayon, pag sinabi mo, I'm everywhere, you are streamed, you are shared, you are on a phone, and it's a totally different ballgame na for now, nasa mangha mode. Hindi ako ganun ka 2 feet in as a practitioner. Kasi alam ko na lalabas ito sa telepono, ang angulo ko pang cellphone.
Tama. Yes,
diba?
yes.
Hindi naman ang master shot ng isang teleserye nga, diba, na alam nilang i-consume sa telepono. Alam nilang meron kang role, B yung A, yun na, pang cellphone. Fascinating world.
Yeah.
What's up, Kingdom fam? Yuki and Ingrid here from the Kingdom Podcast. Are you someone who has fully integrated K-pop into your life? Or keep up with the latest K-pop comebacks, news, and scandals?
Do you also dream about getting married to your bias and having their babies in the future? Well, you're in the right... What? I'm just being honest.
Look, you know what? Let's just get back to it. At the Kingdom Podcast, we dive into the latest comebacks, dissect the music videos, and do deep dives on controversies.
Not only do we make things informative, but we also keep it fun. It'll be just like listening to a group of friends who love K-pop as much as you.
You won't find another podcast that's as fun and unfiltered as ours.
So, if you're ready for some K-pop chaos, grab your nightsticks and tune in.
Check out the Kingdom Podcast.
Stream it on all your favorite podcast platforms. Stay awesome, Kingdom fam! I thought that was pretty good. What do you think?
Marrying your bias and having their babies? Really?
Yep.
Okay.
So I love it that you're still, like you are like still very much aware of the behavior of the consumer, how comedy is commoditized, diba? Like, that's very, very
And
important.
monetized.
And that's why I'm here. I have a podcast. This like a podcast is like part of the comedian starter pack these days. But yes,
Nasa
diba?
tribe yan eh. Sabi nila, pag komiko ka, you start with knowing what kind of comedy you like as a viewer. Number 2, you have a tribe. I don't work alone. Ang one-man show, hindi po, misnomer ba ang tawag dyan? Misnomer, kailangan mo nung tribe. At ito ay halo-halo ng mga kababata, kasama sa college, na practitioners. Yung isa nasa teleserye world, yung isa nasa game show world, yung isa nasa film, screenplay world. Lahat nagkaroon na ng managerial experience sa iba't ibang print, film, television, recording, and the synergy of all of that. Nag-VP ng isang himpilan yung isa. O yung isa, medyo nasa heaven na. Pero, baon ko ang mga ipinamahagi. Pero, to rewind from the beginning to now, to distill everything from the first question to now, ang ininstill ng lahat ng aking naging, fellow pilgrims, kindred spirits on the journey, love of audience.
Love of audience.
Kasi minsan ang audience mo children's party. Tumanggap na ako niyan. Minsan nasa sala ka ng isang matriarch sa Forbes Park na ikaw ang kinukuha taon-taon kasi gusto lang niya ikaw ang kanilang dekwerdas na payaso sa gitna ng kanilang living room. O de sige. Or CEO na taon-taon nasasama ka sa cast tong kanyang birthday party from age 60 to age 80. Parang, maganda din naman palang na kasi kung sino naman ng balita, yun ang paggagaya sa'yo every year. So, court jester ng high and mighty, may ibang klaseng audience profile analysis kapag gano'n. Pag Music Museum, this is my statement, this is my agenda, this is what I want to impart in this project. Iba rin ang audience profile analysis ng gano'n. Bukod sa syempre, iba venue. Venue. Minsan sala, minsan museum.
Yes.
Minsan teatrino. Minsan comedy club.
Yeah. Or minsan it's like it's a birthday party of like a VIP audience na like 10 lang sila. Minsan ganun.
Minsan naman camera.
Correct.
Lalo na nung COVID. Parang yung buong pamilya were in like 4 countries at humingi ng imeldific 1-hour set that you did from your bedroom. Ganun eh.
Tiis
Na
ganda.
lightman mo, asawa mo, lahat ng lampshade yung tinanggalan niya ng sombrero. But the power to let that 80-year-old man break into a smile. Walang katapat yan. Hindi ako nag-disagree pag may sabi nga na it's the new guwapo. Funny. Totoo naman eh. Ang gwapo-gwapo niya in other words.
Ay. Well, may mga cute dyan. Charing,
Ako, I get by your inner beauty.
ako naman feeling ko, inner beauty rin naman ata yung puhunan ko. But yeah, kahit ano pa yan, kahit ano pang gig yan or project, you always have to find a way to work with inspiration or like someone inspiration.
And enter through their door. Hindi naman laging si Shakespeare ang pinakamagandang gamitin sa repertoire mo for today. Pero minsan yon ang kailangan.
What has changed in terms of how you work with inspiration? Dati ba, is it something na iuupo mo yung sarili mo, hindi, isusulat natin ito, ganito mangyayari, and now is it more of like a conversation with the universe and saying like, where do you want me next?
The latter.
The latter.
Dahil nakinig ako dun sa universe, the universe took me by the hand and took me to musical theater, to the world of advocacy. Sorry, medyo nakakahiya kasi mahirap ding ma-false humility o magbuhat ng bangko moment. Pero part of the listening to the universe was looking at this new tribe that I found myself with. Post-COVID, parang nagbago yung tribe. I was surrounded by my acting coach, some directors from musical theater and legitimate theater na naka-interact ako for content nung COVID. And I found myself in projects like Shakespeare by women inmates sa Correctional Institute for Women sa Mandaluyong. There is this team of art educators na pumupunta 10 years na nung dinatnan ko. Hindi naman ako assistant teacher, but these women in orange, inmates, nagsi-Shakespeare monologue. May Ophelia, may Juliet, mayroong material from King Lear. English muna, tapos yung Tagalog ni Rolando Tiña, tapos kanya-kanyang translated for yourself, for your heart, in your dialect.
Wow.
At ito ba ang mga laylayan ba tawag? Ito ba ang outcasts na walang reason to hope for? Na ang only thing we share with them is the sky. Kasi napaligiran sila ng wall. Doon ako dinala. So, dahil yan sa pakikinig sa universe, doon ka dinala eh. Wala ka talaga sa mundo ngayon ng commercial endorsements. Na, parang I had my turn. Pero wala ako doon ngayon. Wala ka sa mundo ng traveling Pinoy road shows all over the world for global Pinoys. But I had my turn. There was a Sharon tour. If they need the comedian, there was a Sarah tour. There was a Martin and Pops tour. At feeling ko darating din naman tayo dyan. Ulit. Umiikot yan kasi ang dami nag-migrate nung EDSA 1 eh. So sila yung mga 60-somethings ngayon na nasa US na may budget na ulit at emptiness ulit na pag nag-roadshow doon at kare-kare ka nung content providers doon, they know you, they know your work, hinahanap pa rin si Ate V. Kasi naman siya nasa news pa rin.
Correct. So thank you,
Oo.
Ate V, for the constant flow of inspiration.
Hindi naman kasi titigil ang Batangas sa pangangailangan ng leadership for all seasons. Lalong-lalo na sa economy ngayon na kailangan natin ng more of a higher presence in the world. Tulad na, you think Batangas, you think coffee. And of course, tuloy-tuloy yung aming projects with in cooperation with the Department of Agriculture sa pag-invent na itatanim mo yung buto ng coffee, titirikan mo ng sugar cane at didiligan mo ng gatas. Ang bunga 3-in-1. I just really love it. And they have had it all over the world, kahit sa White House. I was still governor noon. Sino ba nun? Si Michelle at kasi Pilipino ang chef doon noon eh. I think Christina Comerford. So they marketed it as Cafeng Barack O.
Oh, kaya pala ganun.
Tsaka nakakatuwa po. Weird talaga ako. Pag hininga mo ko nito, bibigay ko sa'yo ito. Pero pag hindi mo ako hiningan, bibigay ko sa'yo ito. Minsan uupo ka pa lang, sir, kailangan po may pasample po. At pag hindi po, kailangan may sample here. Tapos nakikita mo yung teleprompter na binabasa ng host, asks for sample of Eram. Ito, wala naman nung hiningi, kaya kusang lumalabas. Kasi immature ako.
I'm still like that on certain projects, especially if like when they ask me to hit a mark, I'm so grouchy getting myself to hit that mark. But then when they don't expect me to do anything, like, okay, let me try to make you laugh for like the next 20, 30 minutes. What is it? What is that? I don't...
Lahat tayo yata merong, well, at least ako, ganun na lang, mas safe na sagot. Meron din naman akong, please like me, at saka KSP, side.
Correct.
Pero pag ine-extract sa'yo, kasi pinapansin ka at nilalike ka, nagdadamot ka naman bigla. Ano din eh. Ano din, it's a weirdness that I recognize. I don't like to embrace it. I recognize it. Kasi masama madamot. Maganda naman na ang energy niya, tama lang, waltz. Give and take, give and take.
So sabi...
Tempted ako siyempre hingan siya ng sample. Tungkol sa mga... Curious din ako, when you ask the question about the audiences who sometimes filled up, sometimes sakto lang, the halls in which I shared my stories. Sa'yo, sino audience mo?
Right now, mga millennials
May
who...
pera sila, no?
Yes.
O mga VP na yan kasi millennials.
Papunta na doon, yung mga, binubuo na yung kanilang 3 to 5 year plan to be VPs.
How often are they out for a night out to enjoy comedy? And are they married? Nakapagpatulog na ng mga anak ito?
No, most of them don't want to have kids.
Oh.
And I think that's why they are also, okay, walang anak. So how else am I going to make sure that I live a very rich and inspired life? Hence why ang pangalan ng show ay Kaya Pa Ba? So I think it's more of a millennial thing na how are you gonna raise a child with yung ganito yung politics? We don't know, like we don't even know how to save the planet. Diba? And then it is so hard to own property, to own a car. So, puta na lang kayo sa comedy shows namin. I mean, it's very much that atmosphere, I think, for a number of the millennials that come to my show.
Tsaka ang sarap na, ang pinunta nila, ikaw. Refreshing. Hindi ko sasabihin ang sarap, hindi ko sasabihin better, hindi ko sasabihin worse. This batch of comics na ipinupunta ng tao to see on a stage with a mic, in a suit, in a shirt, with a spotlight and a point of view. Hindi hinanapan ng kamukha ng presidenteng ganito o political na ganito o frustration na ganito. Again, not worse, not better. It's just refreshing to me. To me. Nakakapunta pa rin naman ako once in a while sa Rampa where you have to have glam.
Yeah.
You have to have the nails. You have to have the big wigs and the music and the lights. You do. There is some music and there is singing in your shows. Pag kinailangan.
Occasionally meron. But yeah, something about stand-up. So right now, I'm in this stage sa stand-up na like, sobrang in love ako sa kanya. I'm falling even more in love with the craft. Kasi, when you kill, that's the term, when you kill sa isang show, na ikaw lang lahat yun eh. Diba, mic lang and ilaw, and then sinulat mo the last 2 years na nag-evolve over the past years, and then when it all just comes together, like pag sobrang ganda nung show, or like sobrang strong nung stand-up set, I feel like I could do anything. People like, oh my God, like that's the high that you're going for. So parang,
How do you process the low when you don't kill, when you die?
yeah.
Di ba napaka-vicious ng mga verbs nila? Kasi talaga naman buhay at kamatayan minsan sa isang comedian na isinalang doon yung experience. Pag nag-land yung joke, pag hindi nag-land yung joke,
When I don't kill, that's also the beauty of stand-up. Because there's always the next joke that I need to write next week. So I can move on. So parang for
yung
me,
mga word, no? Bala.
yeah.
Di ba? Kill, die, bala. Yung word nila for baon.
Yeah. There's something about the construct of like making a joke na parang, okay, if this did not work, or kunyari, bumomba ako, yun na naman, bomba naman. Pag bumomba ako sa isang show, like, okay, balik lang ako sa open mic next week, sulat ako ng bago, let's try again. Kasi naka-build in na dun sa discipline yung, no, you try again, you keep writing. So, that helps.
Nakakamangha yung mga comic artists na nagsusulat mag-isa. Yun ang dinatan ko din kay Tessie. Tessie wrote ang diin sa yellow legal pad. Madiin, ballpen. Hindi computer, hindi, dinatan ko yung manual typewriter na baon-baon mo kahit saan. Hindi laptop, hindi phone. Madiin na legal pad, nakafocus. Minsan, in a cab, sasakay siya, hindi pa niya alam ang gagawin niya. Paglabas niya ng taxi, good to go. I learned the term yesterday, SATS, S-A-T-S. It's a Norwegian term daw for that place where you are at the edge of the diving board, ready to go on. Yung a state of preparedness. Minsan nasa SATS ka na sa wings. O sa dirty kitchen ng isang nightclub, pag doon ka isasalang, or kusina ng hotel.
Wherever Sats finds you.
Wherever SATS finds you. Totoo.
Yeah.
Kakamangha. And to think, listening to this in admiring this in 2025, pero dinatnan ko in 1988 na ginagawa ni Tessie Tomas, never ko in-embrace. I have never written alone. Never. There's the alone part sa akin is the studying. The studying, wala kang pwedeng karamay dyan. Ikaw lang.
Well, you mentioned yung tribe kanina, ganun rin naman sa stand-up na when you go to an open mic, so meron ka ng like a semblance of an idea that you bounce with your fellow comedians and they tell you, this is where my instinct points me, bows. Pero ako lang yan. Pero baka it might help, it might inform the way you will finish the punchline. So, definitely like, parts of it parang you write alone, pero you still need a tribe. And I personally have found fellow comedians sa mga straight boys na lagi nakaitim.
Na positive yung energy.
Yeah.
Hindi offset by drama and competitiveness.
Yeah.
And disrespect for intellectual property and originality. Hindi, more of building each other.
Yes, definitely. Which I was surprised to find out because, bilang bading, parang think ko, oh my God, magigets ba nila ako? And then, they have been, incredibly accommodating. So, may mga negative programming rin akong parang nawawala na because like, like, why did I think of those things about them when, they love my Becky self. Alam mo, but it's also...
And they got your back pala.
Yeah.
And we like it when they have our back.
Yes. It's, definitely. Yeah.
And you have theirs.
Yes. So, bakbakan ang ginagawa namin. So, I mean, I could go on, and you know, we've gone out on coffee dates. Ang haba ng mga conversations natin.
I like the word you coined for me. At least sa'yo ko una narinig. Creative friendship.
Yes, so
Kasi it's not inaccurate, di ba? Hindi naman kayo close na. Hindi naman taon ang inilagi ng inyong acquaintance. You knew of each other before you met for coffee. Pero alam mong coffee friendship siya. Ang ganda ng connotation, ang ganda ng energy, positive. Pero may creative. Kasi hindi based on chismis. Hindi siya marites friendship. When I moved to the South, mahirap na ako hanapin for nights out. And then when I ceased to be single, lalo ako mas mahirap hanapin. So my circle of storytelling tribes are workplace friends. Na hindi mo naman kabarkada, hindi mo hinahanap pag isang gabing hindi kayo galing sa work. Very unique. But one musical after another, over a decade, is 30 friends every musical. Nakasama mo for 3 months. Na after that, hindi nyo muna kasama na mag-out of town. Hindi. So it's a very, very unique kind of friendship, a creative friendship.
yeah, because you know, nag-host na ako ng mga drag race finale parties, and I would always feel your energy from the stage, and then you would say hi after like a queen is crowned, and then every time I would post about something drag race related, you would always like it. And then I was like,
Tsaka ang gaganda ng damit niya.
well, meron akong tribe for that. So yon, I will not take credit for that. Meron akong tribe for that. So parang, I think one time, nagkasali tayo na you message me. I think I just saw you sa Starbucks.
Ortigas.
Sa Ortigas. And then one time, finally, nakita sa isang coffee shop na hindi ako masyado nagmamadali. I think that's when I said, Sir John, I'd love to like have coffee with you and start a creative friendship. And now, dito na po napadpad ang creative friendship na yan.
Winelcome ko din yun kasi hindi naman din lahat ng energy positive. Meron talagang you are no longer relevant. May mga ganong
Wow.
may mga ganong hindi tumingala kasi may moments na very konti lang ha. Nag-evolve naman ako. Ang pinaka intense siguro is sa gate ng network. Tapos na hindi titingala. Pangalan po, may pinopromote? May ganon. So,
Uy!
oo.
Uy, parang na reaction. Uy!
Buti na lang with adulting, with wisdom, and with confidence. Those things pitik you for 1.5 seconds. But merong generasyon talaga na, may member naman yung generation yun na not as welcoming. So, hindi mo talaga papabayaang to go unnoticed or unappreciated yung ganong klaseng kindness from a very, very busy, very, very present, very, very relevant member of your batch. Tulad di Baus. Saan ba nang galing yung Baus?
Nickname siya ng lolo ko na binigay sa akin. I don't know what it means.
Anong
but
baptismal certificate? Ano nakalagay?
ang aking first name kasi ay Carlito.
Carlito!
The third ako kasi. Tas,
Anak ni Armida.
So, kapita-pitagan ang aking pangalan. So, tas ngayon, binabakla ko na lang siya in my stand-up shows. So,
Totoo yung Rufo.
totoo siya. And hindi
Pilipino
po
ba
kami,
yan? Pilipino ba yan?
yes, pero hindi po kami may-ari ng Rufus Tapa. Marami nagtatanong. Yung Rufo po ng tapahan na yun ay first name. Ang Rufo ko po ay last name. So, sorry to burst your bubble. So, Sir John, yun nga, you're doing 2 shows now. You mentioned kanina na it comes in seasons when you get your turn. But with all this, do you ever find yourself thinking where it could have taken a different turn for you?
Always. Kasi hindi ko ginamit yung course ko. Tsaka yung ginagawa ko yun, hindi ko inaral. So nakikita ko yung mga Odehemora, yung mga Mencholotchenko, mga nag-communications. Hello? Yan ang gusto mong gawin? Yan ang take-upin mo. Diba? At ngayon may pahaaralan si Odehemora, the School for the Arts. Napakalinaw nung trajectory. Lagi ko iniisip, kung imbis na hindi ko sinunod yung sinabi ni Tessie, do 1 show or give it 1 year bago ka bumalik sa pagtuturo ng math. Kung magtrabaho sa bangko. Ang dami ko naisip na ganun, travel agency, diplomatic corps, o yung magtrabaho sa Bureau of Immigration, nagtatatak ng visa. Tapos, assign ka sa embassy, itong 4 na taon sa Rome, 4 na taon sa Athens, 4 na taon sa Toronto. Yung maging diplomat sa economic desk of a certain Philippine consulate or embassy. For that little that I know about it. I think Ruby Rodriguez has something like that. Oo, nasa Amerika yata siya bilang diplomat. O travel agency, Bangko or entrepreneur. Marami, araw-araw iniisip mo yan. Ang artist, well, again, babalik na lang ako sa akin ha. Pag punong-puno ka ng self-doubt, entertain ka ng kung ano-anong what if. Kasi nag-artista ako, tinaman naman ang mga dinapa ng artista nung COVID, di ba? But then again, mas madalas kong naiisip, this is exactly where I need to be right now. And this is the role I need to play right now. Kapag wala ako sa entablado o wala ako sa harap ng camera, wow! Muntik ako magmurang.
Pwede po, podcast po to.
Role of a lifetime pala is katabi mo, hawak mo ang kamay ng isang taong papasok into full radical robotic assisted prostatectomy na nag-aagaw ng na nagre-wrestle ng puzzle of cancer. 'Di ba? Or titingnan mo yung nanay mo, mapapaisip ka, anong pinagdadasal mo? At 85, in a bed, wala ka na masyadong willingness to go to a wheelchair. What do you pray for? Kasi she's still sharp. So, the two patients in my life, the mother and the husband, ito yung role of a lifetime na gusto ko rin naman mag-matter ka sa isang magulang at isang spouse. Dalawa sa key witnesses ng buhay mo na inilagi mo dito. Yung isa from adulthood to about 40. Alam niya yung chapter na yan. Yung isa from 40 to today. And maybe pag nauna ka, di ba? Alam niya hanggang dulo. Tanggap mo. And you are not Jokoy. You are not Kevin Hart. You are not Rex Navarrete. You are not Fee Palmos na nagniningning on the musical theater stage with material written around him. Yeah. Her. But that's that. Will I let the universe waste my spirit? Will I let myself waste my spirit by thinking of ano yung hindi ipinagkaloob? Napaka-dangerous noon. But I catch myself. May mga dinner party kasi na you see them talking about the next city. Cyprus ba? O Argentina? Buenos Aires ang aking susunod na pupuntahan. O kasi may henerasyon ako nagre-retire na pang X amount of bahays na ang pinaglagyan niya ng kanyang retirement fee. Para I don't want to do anything. I just want to go to Baguio every Friday and come down Monday. Oh, mapapaisip ka ng, hindi ko memorize Sonnet 29 ni Shakespeare, when I curse my fate. Pag ako, tingin ko sa sarili ko na pang-outcast, I am not him. I don't have what he has. I don't have what he has. And this is my status. I just look at you, my husband, to whom I come home, and I realize, di ako makikipagpalit ng posisyon with any king. Sonnet 29, hindi ko masabi yung exact same words, pero it's about contentment and acceptance. Actually, common sense. Ng gratitude. Meron at merong hindi binigay sa'yo. Pero maraming tao nagtatanong kung ba't dito binigay yung blessing na ito at hindi sa kanya. Di ganun lang pala. Mm-hmm. It's really, it also is with the tribe of people you navigate life with, hindi lang work. Ang ganda-ganda ng circle ko of iba-ibang age at iba-ibang katayuan sa buhay na napoprovide sa akin araw-araw ng reminder. Tulad ng may friend ako nagsabi, complain ako sa mga, ang init, itatawid lang niya yung condo niya at saka itong mall na ito. May bubong naman yung mga establishmentong ito sa Makati. Nakadikit naman, lalakad ba ako? Ang init. I-drive ko kaya, spark ko doon para na-remind siya, some people, they commute on a daily basis for 3 hours. Diba? Naka-encounter ako ng discussion about how imperfect their lives were. In a corporate setting, pagbaba mo, makita mo, pinakamalaking ngiti ni Manong na naka-uniforme, na nakabubukas ng pinto ng building at nagsasara. Nagbubukas at nagsasara. Pagpapasok ka na o lalabas. At hindi sila allowed pumunta doon sa aircon side. Andun sila sa walang aircon in a gray uniform na long sleeves na alam mong bumubula ang kilikili. And they are smiling a genuinely happy smile because they are just so thankful to be working that day. Saan ba tayo napunta? I am sorry.
Tayo ay bumalik sa gratitude.
Na naman ako, sabi nila, nakita ko yan may isang share Yung lawyer, Jeffrey something, yung nagsishare ng how to answer when you're being bullied, how to answer when may mga how to siya on life, na usually in threes. How not to be a waterfall.
We love
How not
the
to overshare.
waterfall.
Number 1, be a waterfall. Don't be a waterfall.
Be a
Number
well.
2, be a well. Well. Ganun eh.
Well, that was very beautiful and profound and much needed. So,
Much needed. Bakit? Are you
But
ruminating on life's true meaning?
I'm always ruminating on life's true meaning.
Hindi ko pa siya
I'm al-
tinatanong ng love life.
I'm always asking kung kaya pa ba, but I would love to have you back on the podcast again for more chikahan.
Kaya pa ba?
Kaya pa ba ng another?
Oo, kasi-
Kakayanin pa.
Sana makabalik ako to share about Sideshow.
Yes.
Yung kasunod nung Bawat Bonggang Bagay. It is a show na kung ang Bawat Bonggang Bagay na, parang would be nice if it sparks conversations on mental health and father-son, mother-son relationships or the LGBTQIA+ conversation. Yung isa, it's about freaks. See, ano ba ang freak? Freak ba is yung nakikita mo sa ganitong klaseng club na nakawig na freak ba ang nasa tuwing piyesta nasa kanto na singing contest sa bawat baryo na kung ano mis ganitong gay na ganito deformed circus performers lang ba o minsan ba yung wrong English sa internet na nagba-viral na may mga commercial na ngayon kasi pinagpipiyesa ng kanilang
Correct.
pagiging vulnerable sa English at ang F at ang P nila ay magkabaliktad. Freak din ba yon in a way? So hindi lahat ng freak loser.
They can find out more about the show sa Sandbox Theater on Instagram. So I will link it sa description ng video na ito. But thank you so much, Sir John, for your time.
Thank you.
Thank
Dami ko
you.
rin natutunan.
Ay, wow, grabe. Parang,
Today, ang dami ko natutunan. No, you should really, sabi nila, don't judge a person by their answers. Judge them by their questions.
ay, wow.
No, but I don't judge. I mean, appreciate the questions they ask, not just the answers they give.
Well, thank you so much. And that is it for this episode of Kaya Pa Ba with the lovely Sir John Santos. Don't forget to rate and review us on Apple Podcast and Spotify. Leave a positive comment. Yeah, positive lang, guys. And then follow us on Instagram. That is Kaya Pa Ba Pod. I am Baus Rufo on Instagram and hey, it's Baus on TikTok. Sir John, ano ang IG handle nyo?
I love your processes.
Process.
I love the processes by which you navigate podcast producer life. John to the world.
Yes.
John _ to _ the _ world.
Yes. And that is it. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.